Yeah, I think I need to address this. Okay, so everyone knows. Well, if you don't know, I dey tell you now, Sha. Tonto Dikeh. So you know Tonto, yeah? It's not funny. What I want to say is serious. So Tonto Dikeh and her husband have been they've gone through some marriage problems and now she wants a divorce, evidently, right? And when he come out and started saying what he was saying, and he doesn't know why his wife is doing this to him, and he misses his son, and everyone looks at him because he put like he's a church goer. He looks like a businessman who's very, you know. So everyone was just, I was reading comments when he was coming out and saying what he was saying, just little comments here and there. I get weekly updates of what's going on in my country. And everyone was going in on Tonto, like, why would you do this to this man? Why would you do na 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 na? How can you be like this? You're wicked. Get back with your husband. It's not good what you're doing. Forgive him or whatever he's done. You're being a bad wife. Like the comments I would see, and this was just one man speaking. Like if anyone has any common sense, no one will ever trust an African man coming out and saying nonsense and acting like something else. I will never ever take a man's word, an African man at that word, over if I've never heard the woman speak first, especially when it's to do with someone's marriage. These men look like perfect saints outside, and then inside behind those closed doors very Jesus. And now look what's come out. So she done a tell-all interview and she revealed everything juicy. This was the juiciest piece of juice you could have ever had in your life. He was beating her. She's got marks, proofs, video footage, phone footage. There's a time that he beat her so much in Ghana, and she can't release the photos because she said that she was naked. Like, it's so sad. And now it's all come out. Everyone's like, Tonto and a tell-all info, and all supporting her, and he should be arrested. He needs to be arrested. How comes the Nigerian embassy hasn't done anything about it? He needs to be arrested. He needs to be arrested. But you was already scrutinizing her and calling her all the names under the sun before you even let her to talk. Do you not notice that this woman has been married for this short amount of time, and suddenly the husband, they're having marital problems, and you're wondering why you're not hearing from her? Shouldn't that be more of a concern for you? Such an African way of things, you know, like jumping down and blaming a woman for stuff. This is what happened to my friend, right, when she was being abused, right, and then her family even disowned her because she left her husband because he was abusing her. Imagine. Terrible. Don't understand sometimes the way Africans think. It's very disgusting the way they penalise women going through things like this, and now suddenly it takes for you to see these hard bruises for you to get it into your head that she was unhappy and she was going through domestic violence. My gosh, she was called. Do you just see the stuff I was seeing in the comments? Even someone said, there was even a woman that said, even if there was abuse, even if your husband did put his hands on you, your marriage is to death do you part, you took a vow, please just forgive him. You idiot of life. Can you just imagine a woman I hope that your husband puts hands on you and people tell you that nonsense. Can you just imagine? Terrible, man. So it's awful. I hate their take on domestic violence in that country. I hate it. I hate it. It's like if you are being abused, then people look at you first. Like, what have you done for the man to do this? Because a man wouldn't hit you for no reason, you know. Not to say that the whole principle about it and the thought of it is even wrong. What did you do? Always, what did you do? If you're caught stealing, there was shame, burn, beat, drag you like it's modern day. God knows what. Jesus. The punishments are always so harsh in that country, and when they should really be paying attention to stuff, they don't pay attention to it. Do you know how much women are suffering domestic violence through a lot of African men like that? And it's always the ones that seem so holy and church going, the ones that are like, this is a good man. See him speaking so calm in his interview. Calm, yeah, when he was at home. That was Lucifer that she was sleeping with every night. Poor woman. Jesus, poor woman. People always want to have a say on people's relationships and they don't even know what goes on behind closed doors. That's why I always tell you, never ever wish for what someone else has. Never, because you never know what they're going through when those doors are closed. How much people, relationship goes, oh my god, I want a man like that, oh my god, I want a girl like that, oh my god, he's such a good dad, oh my god, babe, oh my god, this is goals, your goals, yeah, goals. Imagine how much people would have said that he was goals, and look what he was doing to his famous, beautiful wife at home. Even more so, that's why it's even more shocking that this is a woman that is famous. One of the most famous women in Africa. Tonto Dikeh is famous. Famous. And you would never believe that was going on behind her closed doors. You wouldn't think so. This is why it's even more shocking. And to the brutality of it. You see the marks, I wouldn't even bother sharing them. Disgusting. I wouldn't share that stuff. It's almost like promoting it. It's horrible, man. Goals. Be careful, you guys, what you wish for in someone else, you know. That's why you should always make do and be happy with what you've got. Try and be the best that you have. I mean, maybe your relationship isn't the best for you, but you can make it work the best for you because other people are going through much worse. And because you see the outside of a relationship, it doesn't mean that it's perfect and it's going well, because people can portray what they want to portray for the world to see. Behind closed doors, terrible. Terrible. Terrible, man. Can you imagine someone beating you like that and treating you like that, and you being married to someone like that, and then to have a... Oh my god, being a woman would be very hard, you know. I can't imagine having a child, bearing a child with someone like that. I hate that person, and to know that person will always be connected to me through our kid. Oh my god, I would just die. I couldn't. But it's not the child's fault, obviously, but it's not a nice thing knowing that father, every time you come and he wants to meet the child, and knowing what he did and what he put you through physically. Being a woman is not easy, man. Jesus. Being a woman is definitely not easy. And then to have the whole world judging you. Imagine judging you. Everyone's calling you this, calling you that. You're remaining silent and tight-lipped, not talking about your relationship to the public, and then people are still judging, not knowing what's going on in your household. And when you finally talk, that's when people want to be like, and then you still have the percentage of people, well, you shouldn't be running to the internet. What you should keep what's happening behind closed doors, behind closed. What kind of stupid people are you? Tell you. Oh my God. Some Nigerian people, yeah, there's top things that can irk me in life is another ignorant Nigerian person talking senseless rubbish. You shouldn't be sharing this with the internet and blah blah. But this man was there going up and down, making it like his wife is stopping him from seeing his child, and that he doesn't know what he's done, and all these rumors are false, and he just wants to be with his family. Everyone's like, she's such a bad person. Was you telling him about the internet then? And now she's revealing what he was doing, the truth. You don't like to hear the reality of it, and you don't like to face the truth. So you want to then judge her and penalize her for speaking her truth about the wrongs that the man was doing because it was so perfect in your eyes, innit? Idiots. Imagine. Gosh. People have to go through, man. Then you have people would have looked up to that man. This man's very lucky. Look at him. So she's very low. So people would have looked at him thinking he's such a fine man. Look at him doing this, involved in the church, and always smiling. Looks like an upstanding man, powerful, money, rich. Hey, yes, rich, and and he doesn't have rich morals. He's a moron. And there's so many men like that, and they get away with it, especially in Africa, especially there. You're cheating. You have people saying you have to accept that a man's gonna cheat on you. You know, he's beating you. It's okay, just forgive him. You always have some stupid person encouraging you to stay with people like that. I've never understood those type of people who would encourage you to stay with someone like that. How much must you care for someone to know that they're going through that much pain and you're telling them to forgive a person like that? And just to think that there's an element of people in the world that scrutinize you for speaking your truth, and when you finally do come, how much courage and how much shame and embarrassment she must feel for even talking and revealing all those scars and marks and everything on her body. I don't care how pompous she has been or how arrogant she has been. There's no one that deserves that behind their closed doors for someone that they take a vow to spend the rest of their life with. Marriage is not a joke, you know. That is life or death in my eyes. Sorry, once you do stuff like that, that's when the morals, my morals have died. My vows have died. One here, one this on this my face. Hi, we dead. Cremated. Those vows have been cremated. They're gone. R.I.P. Bye. Just like you. Poof. Should be me. Wouldn't even accept that as a man. You want me to then convince a woman? Everyone deserves a second chance. No one deserves a second chance of putting their hands on you. I'm sorry. That's the situation that you need to know. You know, you went through it. You're strong. You've come out of it, and you need to move on. And don't care how much mistakes it takes. There's no one deserves to put their hands on you. No one. And the way he put his hand wasn't just a slap. He looked like he was beating her like he was a cage fighter, fighting for money or fighting for an award. You see the marks. You guys should look it up if you haven't seen the marks on her body, you know. Poof! Terrible. Horrible. I think she was going through that behind closed doors as this famous person. I will never understand abuse or domestic violence. Honestly, I wouldn't. I honestly would never. Terrible. And what gets me is the fact that a lot of these people are idolized. They're idolized. Terrible. This is why it's always good to have your own in a relationship, you know. Because when you leave, at least you leave, she's still got her name, she's still got her own money, so she doesn't need him for absolutely nothing. That's why it's always good to have your own. Because I don't know for this boy. Oh my God. I don't know about this, honestly. Terrible. But yeah, I thought I should just talk about that, because it's a serious issue, man, and it's serious. Because it's not just her going through stuff like that. There's a lot of people that think that it's okay just because you could forgive someone because they say sorry when they show a bit of remorse. Sorry, should have never taken you to that. I don't care how much you can irritate someone. You have control over your temper, and if it's that easy for you to keep doing that repeatedly, then I'm sorry. There's nothing I can say about it. Terrible. Terrible. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.